Thank you. Cuckoo, it's Kennedy. Being that I live in LA, I meet and come across quite a few celebrities. And often I meet them at events or through like mutual friends. For those of you who don't know, I'm in the entertainment industry. I'm an actor, singer, and television host. I also do every now and then bump into people on the street. When that is the case, one, I never really get starstruck with the exception of a few times. And also, I don't really like to bother people, so I tend to not go up to people. And when I do, I'm never the type of person to like fangirl or be like, oh my gosh, like I just like to start conversation. So today I thought that I would share with you awkward encounters that I've had with celebrities, because I've had my fair share. Okay, so the first awkward encounter with a celebrity that I can think of is Hilary Duff. So I was eating at a restaurant in my neighborhood and Hilary Duff was there, and I've actually bumped into her several times since this encounter, but this was the first time and I was shaking and freaking out. Like, I love her so much. I was a huge fan as a kid. I was just kind of looking at her awkwardly from afar and I was just thinking, okay, like I'm not gonna do anything, whatever. My mom and I were finished with our meal and so we were leaving the restaurant and Hilary Duff happened to be leaving at the same time. This was probably the most nervous I've ever been around a celebrity. I never get nervous around celebrities because to me they're humans just like us, but like, so she's walking back to her car and she's holding her son in her arms, and so his head is like facing me. Pretending not to know who this woman was, I just went, oh my goodness, your son is so cute. And then she turned around and I went, by the way, I'm a really big fan. My mom used to take me to your concerts all the time. And she was like, oh, thank you. And so she got to her car and awkward me did not know what to do. I kind of wanted to carry on the conversation, sort of wanted to ask for a picture, didn't know if it was appropriate to. So I was kind of just standing there by her car as she was putting her son in the car seat, and she kind of looked at me like, I probably came across really creepy and weird. And then I was like, okay, bye, nice to meet you, and I just left. And she was really nice to me, it's just my fault that it was awkward. Next awkward celebrity encounter. This is probably one of the more recent ones out of all of these I'm telling you about. Kevin Hart. So I was on my way to school and my mom was driving me that day. We were in back of a Mercedes G-Wagon and this G-Wagon literally just starts swerving. We passed this guy and I wasn't able to get a good look at him. I just saw that he had his phone out, so my mom and I were like, oh wow, this person's like texting while they're driving, that's why they're swerving. So we're at a red light and he pulls up next to us. So again, I look over just to see if the guy's still texting. It's Kevin Hart. He happened to look over at the same time, so we saw that we were looking at him and he just looked very annoyed and bothered, and at the time his window was down. So as soon as he saw us looking, put up his windows, and as soon as the light turned green, whoop, just drove off. Sorry, Kevin, but also not sorry. Don't text while you drive. Okay, this next encounter isn't really awkward, I would say. I like to go to a place called Chateau Marmont, which you've probably heard of at some point. I don't know, Lana Del Rey sings about it all the time. It's a hotel, but they also have a restaurant. So it was my mom and I and a few other people, and so we get seated, and we are seated next to Usher. So he stands up to leave. We didn't even say anything. He just comes over to our table, and he goes, hey guys, I saw that you were having lunch, so I didn't want to disturb you. Usher said this to us, and so, you know, we said hi, and he goes around like shaking everybody's hands at the table, and then he gets to my hand, he goes, nice to meet you, Kennedy. How did he know my name? We're still trying to figure out exactly how that happened, but I don't know. He was really sweet. The very last celebrity encounter, can I get a drum roll please? Justin Bieber. Every now and then there would be a silver Fisker Karma that would drive through my neighborhood, and at the time Justin Bieber was driving a silver Fisker Karma. I had just woken up, so I looked like crap. I probably had crust all over my eyes and like bad breath. My mom calls me, she was outside. She goes, Ken, that silver car that we always see is right outside, and it is actually Justin Bieber. Really quickly, disclaimer. So I used to be a huge Belieber, like when he first came out. I don't know what I was expecting to happen, but I just threw on a giant sweatshirt and I went outside. And so because I was wearing a giant sweatshirt and shorts, the sweatshirt kind of covered, you know, my like short area, and it almost sort of looked like I was half naked. I'm standing outside with my mom and I was like, I don't know what to do. I have to make myself look busy. He drives by and I kind of look over like, He looked over, kind of just like looking a little bit confused, and then continued to drive off. So that was my encounter with Justin Bieber. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye!